What's going on, you brothers? What is going on? It is your dude, Mr. International Passport, hosting the official Passport Bro Show, episode 7 with the legend, Mr. Theo Waff. And as you know, it is now tradition to sing the official Passport Bros anthem. We'd like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time. We're the Passport Bros. We'd like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time. We're the Passport Bros. We'd like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time. We're the Passport Bro. Show. It's showtime. Let's get it cracking, man. So IP here, Theo Waff, two of your gracious hosts, straight from the UK and America on this warm Monday morning over here in the UK, and over there, this incredibly hot American weather. I've heard, Theo, in your state over there, brother. Let's get cracking, man. So when you come in, brothers, when you come in, make sure you please like the video and press the one in the live stream chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Is my audio clean, crisp, concise? Let me know right now, brothers. Let me know right now. Theo, is my audio good for you, bro?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. No problems. Everything's good.
Splendid. Splendid. Awesome, brother. So, brother, special one in the live stream chat, if you can hear me loud and clear. Ramel in the building, the Black Muslim. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for confirming, brothers. Appreciate you, bro. Nick Johnson, Maximize Vitality. Awesome. So let's get it cracking. So, when you come in, brothers, of course, like the video, make sure you definitely join my Patreon for more incredible insight in regards to foreign women. Book your IT consultation with me to get into IT. Join my Patreon to get into the IT mentorship plan. Cop the merch, and do not forget to join Theo's upcoming Manosphere conference. It is going to be explosive, incredible, lots of fireworks, lots of bad bees, the whole 9 yard. Intelligent brothers out there as well. So please make sure you sign up for that as well. If you want more information about that, reach out to me directly. And be aware that my upcoming Python classes will open on the first week of September. I will be accepting new people, and we shall begin class on the 3rd or 4th week of September. I want to give a huge shout out to Andrew Ski, you one of your students, one of my Python students, who has passed his IT certification. Well done, Andrew Ski. Salute to you, brother. And I want to give a huge shout out to my former Python students. I just finished my Python course. I want to say a shout out to those incredible brothers, Ramel, the Black Muslim, and a few other brothers, many other brothers, William. The whole 9 yard, man. So shout out to you, brothers, man. Andrew Skill as well. We had a great Python course, intelligent brothers, and they're going to do, all my students are going to do great things with Python and AWS in the future, or whatever IT path they take. And also thank you very much for the PayPal donations, my Python students. That was definitely awesome and greatly appreciated. Salute to all of you. Much respect, brothers. Thank you very much. Let's get it cracking. So Theo, the title of the Passport Bro show today is Maternity Fraud and Freed Passport Bros. Theo, what does that even mean? Can we get some context here as to maternity fraud? Give us some context here, brother.
So what we're talking about here is the Tennessee law, which is about to be enacted. And this has two very powerful elements that we need to talk about, and that is going to not only reshape elements of the American family, but it'll also help to end radical feminism in the United States. So the first one is, big one is, paternity fraud is now a felony in Tennessee. So basically, if the woman says that this other guy is the father, but she knows instead who the real father is, or if she says anything to deny the possibility of it being another man, she can go to jail for that. And in order for the father to actually sign his name on the birth certificate, a paternity test must be taken. The mandatory paternity test has been something that we have wanted for a long time. And also, along with this is the idea that if a man has been paying child support for children that are not his, he would have the ability to sue the mother for fraud. And that is going to be a huge stepping stone for American men in Tennessee. The next part, which is like just a super doomsday, which is something I totally love, is a woman cannot sue or apply for child support from a man who was not a father figure in the child's life. So what this means is basically if Keisha goes out and gets her freak on and gets pregnant by some guy, she cannot use that action as a means of getting 18 years of support from the government and a combination of the government and the man. Because the man was never a part of her life nor a part of the child's life. This was something that she decided to do on her own with her own actions, and now she is responsible for the consequences of those actions. Nobody's going to help her financially. These two in Tennessee are fundamentally huge wins for men. This is massive. And it would actually make it possible for men to breathe a bit better in Tennessee. And hopefully this law will be enacted and replicated through many states in the United States, particularly the red states. And it'll make it so that women cannot weaponize relationships against men. It would be pretty much like, okay, whatever you say, you have to really prove it. And by the way, if I'm not the father, because at this point, it's been shown by studies that around 30% of children born in the United States are born under paternity fraud. So the child is somebody else. And it's also common medical practice for doctors or I forgot the name, basically baby doctors, to assume that the child is not the father's child, that assume that the child is actually somebody else's child. So they assume that the mother has actually cucked the father. And so they don't actually talk about this to the father at all. And this is gone now, particularly in Tennessee. And then as this law is rolled out, it will be gone in other states as well. And if the woman has lied about it again, she goes to jail. So this is huge. This is the game changer. This is one of the big game changers that we've wanted for at least 30 years.
Whoa, hold on here. America, United States of America, which I'm pretty sure is a radical feminist country, and a law like that pass. Theo, am I dreaming here or am I dreaming here? What, brother,
Yeah.
brother, what does that mean for feminism? 'Cause I'm a bit lost here, brother. Break it down for us. What?
It means that basically that women or feminists can no longer use children as a weaponized tactic against men. Now this will be impossible to do. And so also, you have these videos online, for example, where the woman says it's best to have 5 baby daddies because then you can collect 5 checks. Well, under this law, she would get no checks. Now, she would have custody of the 5 children, but then the state can come in and say, you have no way of actually supporting these 5 children, so we're going to take these 5 children away from you.
Wow, this is incredible. Whoa.
This is one of the best things that ever happened. And the reason why it's good is that, liberals always complain about the single man, basically the family, the single mother to prison pipeline, whereas the male, the boy, doesn't know his father, so he gets into mischief, crime, everything like that, and he ends up in jail. And we have been commenting on this in the manosphere for quite a while and said, it's not because of Black men this is happening, this is because of Black women. And if the Black woman was unable to be a single mother and the state took the child, then this pipeline would never occur. Or if the child were given to the father, this would never occur. It's because you're having the child with the ABW, and then she's looking at the child as a paycheck, and then going around and getting pregnant with other men, and then also getting additional money. It's because of these tactics that this child actually ends up being in prison and is a further burden to this tax structure of all state prisons. Instead, what they need to do is stop this and say, hey, look, you don't know who the father is, or the father was never part of this child's life. This person you barely knew each other. Okay, well, this man is no longer responsible for paying any child support. So this is your responsibility, woman. You decided on this. You have to pay for this. And great, this is wonderful, because then if she can't pay for her own child, there are consequences for this, accountability. And, in some cases, the state can come in and take the child away, which is what we want.
Amazing. Shout out to Mr. the Black Muslim for the $5 super chat. Salute to you both for the support as always. Former Python class member, awesome Python coder, will be very successful in IT. Appreciate you, brother. I still think you should get your passport. Women who move the way these women move don't deserve a time. That's a great point, because I was thinking, right? So, brother, if the law has changed, essentially, can we bring, this might sound crazy, a crazy statement here, brother. Can I bring, right, my slim, thick South Korean girlfriend over to that particular place in America where the law has changed? And would I be safe, or should I still get my passport and live in her country? Break it down for me, brother.
So, of course, if you brought her over, then they would know that you have a relationship. So you would be liable for child support, without a doubt, on that one. And yeah, I mean, it'd be obvious that the child was half Black. So they'd be like, yeah, we know it's who that is. That's IP. Yeah. So there would be a DNA test to make sure. And yeah, they would know. It's like, yeah, it's that bloke over there with a funny accent. That's who it is. That's how they would talk in Tennessee. Right. But basically, what the law allows is that it's not Tyrone. You know that it's not Tyrone. So if let's say your girl was Jiyoung, for example. Jiyoung's a popular South Korean name. If Jiyoung decided to fly over with you, and she had a fight with you, and she went out and got knocked up by Tyrone, and then said it was yours, well, you could do the DNA test and say, no, Jiyoung, this is not my kid, it's somebody else's kid. That's fraud. And then they'd be like, okay, we're going to put Jiyoung in jail. That's what happened. Yeah, done.
Wow, amazing. Shout out to Mr. Ramel Diaz for the £2 super chat. Ramel, appreciate you, brother. Former Python class member too. Awesome, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Can't stay studying, just showing love. Peace. Thank you, bro. Hope your studying goes well, brother. And we shall speak soon. Peace out, brother. Thank you very much, bro. So this is amazing. Now, obviously, how do passport bros fit into this kind of law? Like, is this freedom for us now? Are we free at last, brother? And that's word to the great Martin Luther King Jr. Man, rest in peace to that, brother. Are we free from the feminist clutches of evilness? How does this relate to passport bros, Theo?
When it comes to paternity, this is the beginning of us being free. So basically, as I would say to the passport bros, one of the first things that you want to do, if I'm a little bit savvy on this, I don't know how degree of savvy I am, but let's see, I'm pretty sure I am. If you're in a situation in the States where you're convinced that child is not yours, what you could actually do now is go move to Tennessee. And then she would probably say that child support has to follow you. And then you would say that you would demand a DNA test be taken. If the DNA test came back negative, then you would have legal rights to actually not only stop paying child support, but also to pursue her in a criminal manner for maternity fraud. And so that is something you guys have got to consider. So that would be the first one. The second one is if you're able to show that you were never a part of the child's life, then you can also possibly avoid paying additional child support to the child. So this is where Tennessee is really going to come up big. And if I were a passport bro, because I am a passport bro, but again, if I'm thinking about how I'm going to be moving, myself personally, I was thinking about this all day today. I'm highly considering moving to Tennessee right now. And if we have the combination of this law, particularly with Florida's no lifetime alimony law, which will go to Tennessee in just a question of time, then you wouldn't marry a Western woman. Remember that, guys, because Western women are not built for marriage. They're built for the streets. So they are not to be inside your house.
Yep.
But this creates a situation where it would be safe to bring over a woman from another country.
Ooh.
Yes, this would be a decent environment because then every child that comes out, you can order a paternity test just to make sure. And if there was unfortunately a divorce, the alimony wouldn't go forever. And with some further reforms, you'll probably get to keep more of your assets. So this is going to be a really big win for passport bros. This is going to be a situation where guys are going to be able to clarify their parental status and whether or not they actually are the father for children who are questionable, and actually get their child support payments reduced, particularly if they move and become residents of Tennessee. Guys, I would say pay attention to this big time and do as much as you can. This is where you're going to win.
Amazing. Hold on. Shout out to Mr. R Future MD1 for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you both for the support. I heard them float the idea that the parents that doesn't want / need child support gets the child automatically. Men get kids back. No fault divorce is next. Still a passport, bro. Just more options. What does that mean for us, Theo?
Oh, that's quite a lot. So let me talk about this. So no fault divorce is probably going to go next. And
Ooh.
in no fault divorce, yeah, in this because paternity fraud is going to be a major issue. So, for example, let's say that you're married to a woman, you get the DNA test, and the kid isn't yours. Well, that's a felony. So you should be able to legally use that as basis for not having to share your assets with her because she did a criminal offense against you inside the marriage. So hopefully that would, if no default divorce happen next, you would, if she does cheat, you keep your assets and you don't have to pay any child support and you get off tax-free, and she goes to jail for a certain amount of time. That would be ultimate justice, and you would see quite a number of men moving to Tennessee or moving to states actually have this, because then marriage would be possible. It would also end the main policy of feminists that have been there for at least 40, 50 years, which is using marriage as a means of wealth transfer from men to women. And women have been doing this. They've been weaponizing marriage in this manner for a long time. And it has been their tactic to think of a first, second, third marriage. So basically, they can do wealth transfer between 1, 2, or 3 men and get wealthy that way, all while saying that they are victims and all this other BS, and that's therefore they're justified in the funds being transferred over to them. This will hopefully end. This will be the beginning of that situation ending, and the weaponization of marriage against men will hopefully end within the next 10 years in the United States. This is the first blow.
Brother, it sounds to me like, and maybe this might be outlandish thinking or statement here, brother. Like, but it sounds to me, right, that the powers that be, those that control certain things, and I won't get too deep into it. I think we all know who that is. They're saying that, okay, the passport bros movement is bigger than we thought. let's try and do something about it, and we can maybe give them a few crumbs to keep them in America so they won't leave. Because if a whole bunch of men leave, America breaks down. Because America was built by men, right? Men are the ones that keep America running with the inventions, with the building things. It's not women doing that, bro. Brother, is that a crazy statement, or am I or am I right here, brother? Break it down for us.
It's part of it. So you would see passport bros as being one of the expressions of the problem, but we actually don't have the numbers at this point. Although we're actually on media quite a lot, we don't have the numbers. I was doing the investigation of this over the weekend. I was flabbergasted by this. I could not believe it. There are less marriages in terms of rate as a percentage of like new marriages every year. There are less marriages now than during the worst part of the Great Depression.
Damn.
That's horrible.
What's going on?
So we're not at war. We're not in a depression. Unemployment's under 5%, which is unbelievable. We have actually a rather good standard of living, and people aren't getting married. That's the problem. So they're not making kids, and in particular, men are not making kids. So again, myself, I'm 50 years old, right? I'm a millionaire. I've got quite a lot of cash. I mean, my cash flow is great. I've got great assets. I feel no benefit to meeting a Western woman and getting married to her and making a family with her in the United States. None. And I refuse to do it. Well, I'm not the only one. There are quite a number of men like me who are saying the same thing, and they're either not marrying or they're not even dating. So you can't get pregnancies going on in that situation. They're not going to. You can't sustain the population. And of course, you got women talking about, oh yeah, I've got this or that. If you again just look at the marriage rates, I was talking to one of my Catholic pastors that I know back home and also here in Austin, and they were saying like, talking about the change in marriages, and both priests said that in the last 40 years, the number of marriages they've seen has decreased by 80%. And not only that, they're not seeing any relationships. So before, what they would see is, for example, they would, to be honest, they're like, yeah, we know you should go to the confession because you two are living together, right? So you get married, do something. Or the couple would get married, but we're like, yeah, we know you guys were doing it before, stuff like that, right? Now it's a situation where they're like, the guy isn't even talking to the woman at all, like nothing. So that situation doesn't even exist, and he's not speaking. And when he does speak, it's not for dating at all. He's just staying away. So who is the woman going to get impregnated by? Like, how's this going to go down? Because if she has any sense of morals, she's not going to get pregnant unless she has some sort of decent relationship. So she's either going to do like, what is it? She's going to delete the pregnancy early, or she's not going to have the opportunity to get pregnant at all. There's nothing's going to happen. So how do you sustain that? Or in the worst case situation, she becomes a single mother, and then she's a drain on society. So this isn't sustainable. The country will collapse under this situation. So it's not just about the passport bros. We're just one manifestation of this problem. There's others out there as well that are going on right now that people are really looking at and like, hey, this is bad. So that's why the laws have got to change, or else men will not get married. We're seeing that just time and time again.
Damn. Shout out to Cream for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. I'm guessing that's a Wu-Tang Clan reference. Cream, cash rules everything around me. Classic album. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, brother. Salute to you, brother. Much appreciated, man. And shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan, to legendary rap group. Awesome. So, man, I think okay. So I'm actually a bit stunned there because it sounds too good to be true. I mean, over the past decade or so, men have been hit in all different directions by the government,
Mhm.
by the media, by the culture. Accept these women for who they are. She may have 50 bodies, tattoos, piercings everywhere. Accept her. You're a bigot if you don't date her. And now, if she's throwing a box to other dudes while being in a relationship with a guy, and then you find out the baby isn't yours, they even still tell you to accept the baby, bro. I remember
Right.
watching some reality TV show the other day, right? And it was a brother and a sister, right? And then the brother finds out that the kid ain't his. He's
Mhm.
crying, obviously, he's upset, right? And he's like, nah, this ain't right, I'm leaving her. And then his own mum said to him, listen here, son, you best look after that child. I don't care if it's not yours, you look after it. So we have a lot of evil forces that want to
Mhm.
control us, brother. I mean, what's your thoughts about this, bro?
I think this is absolutely horrible. I have quite a number of friends right now who are feminists, and they're like, if you're in a relationship and you find out, you get a DNA test and you find out the child isn't yours, you should still take care of him. And I'm like, are you serious? They're like, yeah, because it's the child is number one. And I'm like, what about who I am as an individual? Just that's irrelevant. And I'm like, this is why we're not dating. This is why we're not dealing with you. This is why we don't go on dates with women in the West. What man, what rational man would ever entertain dating women in that situation? That makes no sense at all. That would mean she is a walking disaster, a walking liability from day one. And guys, if you've been like me and you're just refused to deal with them, good for you. Don't let anybody shame you at all because there is no reason for you to date in that situation. Them trying to shame you and your money to take care of somebody else's kid, nah. If that woman wasn't eager to get knocked up by you, don't deal with her at
Yeah.
all. And this is again, we go back to the fundamentals of I can't say it on their channel. We can't even speak like this is the land of the free. We can't speak freely because of censors. You would really think this is Russia. Real honestly, like this is ridiculous. Like I have to think in a certain like if I were in Russia right now, there's a ways I have to think about talking. I have to do the same thing here. Like, are we free? Are you sure? So one of the first concepts we have in our group is no transfer of resources to women. That's it. First rule. So this includes money, time, energy. We do not do that. We include instead we have our resources for ourselves. So if we're taking care of children, of course we're doing that because children are an expression of ourselves. So of course we do that, and then of course if we take care of the mother also with whom we made the child, right? That makes sense. That's traditionalism. I got no problem with that. But going around and saying, "Oh, this woman put out with this other guy, so yeah, you should take care of the offspring just because." Get out of here! Are you serious? And they think this way, like it's no big deal. Like this is like we're walking ATMs. We're done. So guys, don't let any woman shame you into this situation. Get the hell away from her. You do not want to be in that situation at all. Period. Even friends, they say that to her, get rid of them. They're not your friend. They're using you. They have a way of thinking about you that's basically you are only good for money.
Hmm.
As I'm going to try to get a PG expression of this. What we have here, what is it? Alpha seed, beta need, and that's what we're talking about. So where the alpha guy gets all the girls that he wants, and he gets to do all the impregnation, and then the man should just take care of it. Now the beta should take care of it. Now with Tennessee law, this is how it works. If 10 girls get pregnated by an alpha and he's not a part of their lives, those women are in charge, are responsible for the paying for that child, with everything that goes on with that child. If the woman goes to you, me, somebody else, I don't know, Jeremy, any one of us, and says that we're the actual father, we do a DNA test, we show that she's wrong, she's committing paternity fraud, she goes to jail. Done. That's it. That's the banger. That's the beginning of the end right there.
Amazing. Incredible. You know, a law like that will never pass in California. It never pass in Oregon. Would never pass in New York, right? And we know why.
Mm.
You know, liberal hellholes, and this is why I'm talking about brothers, man. I really do feel like, right, conservatism is going to save us. Being
Mhm.
conservative brothers, having conservative values, not being liberal is the way forward for us, man. We need to be conservative. This happened in a conservative state and a conservative city. This would never pass in California, never in a million years. California would rather get NUKED, right? Instead of
Mhm.
passing a law like that. And I'm keeping it a stack. New York, never again. So, Phil, my question to you, Phil, is, you know, how imperative must it be for brothers to have that conservative mindset, right? Be conservative, want a conservative woman, because in my opinion, conservatism is going to save, the reckless hellhole we all live in today, the matrix. Break it down for us, Theo, bro.
Okay, so conservatism is entirely necessary. And if you guys are going to be involved in an international marriage like I was before, you have to remember that it is fundamentally a conservative environment and it has conservative roles between a man and a woman. So everything is pretty hardcore conservative. I think conservatism is the only hope for maintaining some sort of order and structure and institutions in the United States and in the West. Because what we see right now is ridiculous. It's going to hell basically. So passport bros again. Let me again, guys, listen to this. What we're saying. This law is in Tennessee. All right. So we got to get. It's not if it's not passed in your state, then it's not in your state. All right. That's the way it works. Again, think about tax rates. If a tax rate is in Tennessee, you're in a different state, you pay that other state's tax rate. That's the way it is. It doesn't transfer over, or else Texas, no state tax would transfer to the entire country, and that doesn't happen, right? So, guys, you need to pay attention to how your state laws are being written. But at least if you do want to get married in America and have a child in America, Tennessee is one rational area where your rights are going to be protected a bit more. And if they implement a limitation in alimony, well, then Tennessee will be the first rational state for to have marriage, I would say, in the last 60 years in America. So that would be an area for you to go and highly consider, guys. You want to do conservatism 100% at all times. And again, if you get married in Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, South Korea, anything like that, your marriage is going to be conservative.
Mm.
Don't be thinking it ain't going to be it's going to be something different. It's not. It's going to be conservative from day one. It shouldn't be a problem for you. It should be pretty easy.
Fantastic, man. We definitely want to have conservative girlfriends and conservative marriages. And shout out to Tennessee, man. The next time I see a beautiful chick, I might tell her, listen, is your name Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Oh my God. That was all I see. I don't know. I see all this corn right now. I wonder why. So corny. Ha ha. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll let you go with that one. All right, fine. Look, the guys in the chat saying they want to live in Tennessee. I say to you, why? Why not? Most of America is the same everywhere you go. It's like a monolith culture. So you're just talking about your friends. From a legal, anyway, you guys are passport bros, right? So you should be thinking about living in another country. And the only thing you're doing is having a house in the United States for a certain amount of time. So my model that I want ultimately is 10 months a year abroad and 2 months a year in the United States. Well, if I had those 2 months in Tennessee, and if I did something legally in Tennessee, I would be further protected there than any other place I can possibly imagine at this point. So why are you talking like Tennessee wouldn't be an option? Dude, it's totally cheap there. You can go there and build a huge house, get it decked out, get everything that you want. It has moderate, relatively speaking, to Texas. It has moderate summers. It doesn't have super horrible winters. It's a decent area. I was just there like last year driving through. It's not bad. It's not like the films or anything like that. It's fine. It's decent. So you can go there and live. This isn't a problem. And remember, passport bros, you're not supposed to be living in the West anyway. So if you have a problem with it, I say, why aren't you in Bogota? Why aren't you in Sao Paulo? Like, what are you doing? Well, you should be on Pattaya or Seoul. You're not supposed to be here. So be quiet. Figure that one out.
Amazing, amazing breakdown. Awesome, awesome. So, now, right, again, I want to touch upon the topic of freedom. Um, Freedom is, you know, this does give brothers some sort of leeway, some sort of freedom as a passport bro. But I'm still leaning, brother. I truly believe that we can never be free in the West. It's over. I have no hope for the West. You can only get that freedom when you get that passport and go abroad. However, I do believe that when you're use the West as some sort of income making machine, but you'll be truly free abroad. So, brother, when we speak about making money in the West and that kind of law, okay, brother, how does that relate? Is there any sort of connection between the law and being abroad? You know, or is it completely separate concepts? Break it down for us.
Between the law and living abroad,
Yes.
the law is local, so you don't have to really be thinking about that locally. You don't have to think about it locally in terms of ultimately, in case you're have a divorce or your children or something like that. What you're trying to do is kind of combination of what we said last year. Only thing you're going to be trying to do is go to another country and abide by their laws. So, for example, relatively speaking, divorce laws in Colombia are wonderful. So are divorce laws in Japan. So the divorce laws are there and they protect the men very well. So in this case, in case if something did happen that was horrible, you can be there and you can actually deal with the consequence of the situation. But if you're gonna, again, I keep on saying this, you should not have your marriage in the West. You need to leave the West. You cannot have it. If you do have a marriage in the West, which some reason you decided to do it, I don't know why, then you need to be thinking about the best states and the best areas. And you need to think of it from a legal point of view from day one. So like we talked about it last week, right? One of the things we talked about last week was the trust that I have and all my assets are in trust, right? That's good for me in in Texas. But ultimately, I mean, a woman could try to do a paternity fraud against me here in Texas. And I actually had one woman from Illinois try that for me already. While I was she was in Illinois, but I was in Texas, and she gave birth and said that the child was mine.
Whoa!
Of all things, yeah.
When was this, brother? What happened there?
What happened was I was dating this one woman in 2015 in Illinois, and
Becky.
Yeah, she was a Becky. It was a Becky.
Karen, bro.
And it wasn't serious. It was kind of just fun. And she was really into black guys. So, I was impressed. And basically, she said her boyfriend was out of her life and she had a biracial daughter. And it was kind of fun, being with her. It was, just kind of a different situation. But that relationship, she was always wanting me to smash her. And I didn't do it because I thought something's weird here, something's going on. So I didn't smash her. But it's just interesting. So because of work, I had to leave Illinois. I went to Utah, and then I went to California, and then I went to Texas. And when I was in Texas, I got this call, and I was hearing that the Illinois state was looking for me in order to get child support. And I was like, What the heck are you talking about? And I was like, what's going on? So I changed my phone number. and the state didn't know what my last name was. So I called up this girl again that I was with, and I was like, "Did you do this?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she was sad, and she explained the situation to me. And basically, what happened was that while she was with me, her boyfriend, her former boyfriend, was still there and was smashing her regularly. And he got put into jail for drug possession and distribution. And I had already left, and she was pregnant and she gave birth. And so one of the things that she was actually trying to do during this whole time while she was smashing this other guy was to get me to smash her once, and then I would think that the child was mine, because she was actually trying to get pregnant with another guy. And so this didn't work out for her. So she was trying to get welfare, and they're asking about who the father is, and she didn't want to say it was this guy in the slammer, right? Because then she couldn't get any real sympathy. So she said it was me because she knew I was making money, and that she was trying to get my wages to be garnished. But she didn't. Fortunately, she didn't know my actual last name, so I was smart there. And then they didn't know where I was living, and they didn't know where I was working. And at that time, I was working in California. I was living in Texas, but I hadn't established residency in Texas yet. So I was floating around in Texas, and nobody knew exactly where I was. So I was able to escape that situation.
Wow, these Western women are, oh my goodness, these women are dangerous, brothers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous women. Dangerous. And this is why I keep telling you, brothers, right? There are only 4 phrases I say to a Western woman every single goddamn day. Whether she's a cashier, whether she's at work, whether she massages me, whether she packs my groceries for me, I'll tell her this.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and goodbye. Nothing less, nothing more. Don't
Yep.
date them. Don't date them. Don't even smash them. I know some of you brothers, I know you're impatient, you're working hard, and I know the urges come, but as you heard Theo's story, don't even smash a Western woman anymore.
Yeah.
As soon as you hear an American accent, right? Keep away. Don't smash them. You are risking your life even by entering a Western woman. I can't believe I'm saying this in 2023, brother. It's war, brothers. They're going to war against us, brothers. So therefore, we have to bite back and defend ourselves, man.
Mm.
How can you do
Yeah,
that?
I see. That's the thing that I thought about it too, and I thought this is totally stupid. And I was looking at her, I was like, "Are you insane? Like, really?" So this is how I'm gonna give you guys a backstory about this. What I had in my situation in Illinois, like I was still recovering from losing my wife, and at that case, at that point, it was a lot worse than it is now. Like, I can talk about it, but then this was a very deep situation. So she knew that I had lost my wife in the circumstances that I had lost my wife. And she was actually working on me to some degree. And, she'd get really physical with me and actually get in physical contact. And because she said, she'd always tell me she was trying to heal me from the amount of pain that I went through, which was intense. I actually had a great deal.
Hmm.
So I was 42 years old. I was in Illinois. I was making like $240,000 a year. 240,000 in Illinois, especially in the area where I was in Illinois, is huge amounts of money. And then she had already had a biracial child, right? So only thing she had to do, if she had any sense of brain at all, would have been to become a respectable woman whom I would have liked. She would have shown herself to be 100% to like be the kind of woman that I needed in my life, which wouldn't have been that hard for her because she definitely knew how to work me. Then make it obvious that there is no other man around. She would have been with me like all the freaking time. And then just used a little bit of her sexuality because she had 25 years old. I wasn't as strong in the red pill at that point as I am right now. I was still just moving towards that direction, but I wasn't nearly as strong at that point. And let me tell you again, I'm 42, she's 25. It wouldn't have taken much to get me to marry her. And then if I would have married her, then all of her problems would have disappeared, because then everybody would have said that I was the father of her daughter. So then at that point in society, she never would have been a single mother. She wouldn't have had to work. And then she could have just sat back in her femininity, and I would have been making huge amounts of cash. Boom, done. It's a normal, typical, like, Illinois story. And in the 50s and 60s, this is exactly what would have happened, and things would have progressed. Instead, she did this stupid move in the West, which is absolutely ridiculous. She did a manipulation, which was, in the end, evil for her to do that, and then try to do a bait and switch on me. And she actually told me that her ultimate view was that she would convince me that her second child and that her third and her fourth child were also mine, and she would have kept this other guy on the down low and gotten pregnant with him, and then just given me a little bit from time to time, make me work for it while I'm paying for everything. And I was just like, what's wrong with you? I mean, really, what's wrong with you? So now you get no money, you get no support, and you don't have a family who can decently support you at all. And you basically have to be work in the streets, and you're gonna have 2 kids, and you're a single mother. Good one. That was smart. Yeah, good for you.
Amazing. Hey, Theo, thankfully you didn't go through with that, man. Happy that it didn't affect you in a drastic way. Shout out to Mr. Balau Jalal for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Much, much appreciated. Tennessee is great, and Nashville is great city for IT. The tech industry is booming. I live an hour away from there. Brothers, man, if you're into IT, if you want to get into IT, definitely consider Tennessee or Nashville for the IT scene, and build your base around there and get yourself abroad, man. Come and join me and Theo abroad, man. Against IT, that's what you got to do, man. I got the brother Jay Remo in the building. What's up, Jay Remo, for the £5 super chat? Appreciate you, brother. Okay, Theo, the tech clever muse with cold and cloud. He'll amuse, a bite of fun, a dash of grace. He makes IT seem a thrilling chase with a nod, no trace. Splendid, splendid, brother. Incredible wordplay. Oh, sugoi. What's your thoughts about that, Theo?
I'm sure Shakespeare approves. You Brits, you guys are so witty. Okay, so we got your singing and his poetry, his rhyme every week. Okay, this is becoming an institution. All right, this is all right. Fine, I see it. Okay, gotcha.
Hopefully we don't make you go crazy enough to go to Gotham and get locked up there, bro.
No, it's not gonna go that. Yes. But I like that, and I like that was definitely good. I definitely like it. Readings.
Hold on, brother.
I'm actually reading. Yep.
Shout out to Mr. EKNL for the $13.37 super chat. Appreciate you, brother, for the support. And brothers, feel free to hit the PayPal and the super chats. We have over 120 people. Please show me some love and support. It ain't easy doing what I do, man, for the almost 5 years, over 5 years now. So please support. Please keep spreading the info, gents. We all love it. Hey, salute to you, brother. Appreciate you for the kind words, man. And please, man, continue supporting EKNL. Welcome, brother. Go on, bro.
Let me say a little comment to EKNL. I see what you're saying about subnetting in the chat. I would say, bro, take the CCNP and learn how to subnet in your head. You need to be able to do binary natively and just be able to do subnets instantaneously. Do not depend on a subnetting calculator. Just honestly, make sure you can do subnetting in your head naturally. I don't know how many times I've been in interviews and they're like, do the subnet now. And there is no calculator. So you just be able to do it. It's not hard.
CCNP, wouldn't CCNA be okay as an introduction for subnetting? Okay.
CCNA right now is Red Ocean. keep on having. I went crazy on with people on YouTube today over this. It is very red ocean. I cannot see how you can do a specialization with any kind of value with CCNA at this point. You really need a CCNP. That's the real hitter. So go for that. It's not hard to get. You guys should be able to get it. But
Okay.
it's go for that one.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty tough exam. No, sorry, the one that CCIE is a tough exam. Sorry, that's the one. Yeah, that's a big one. You have that right?
I passed the written CCIE 4 times. So I passed twice in network and twice in security. I never passed the lab. No. There's some things I can do, but there's some like I have a limitation. like I can't speak router. I can't I can't make routers like 3500 series or 3700 series routers just appear out of the blue and start doing configurations out of them. I can't do that. There's like I'm smart, but there's a limit. I can't go that far. So that lab is impossible. I failed it. So it's fine. It's just a CCIE written. That's good enough. That's all I need.
You know, if someone gets a CCIE, the lab and written, you can command 400K because it's so rare. It's so rare,
Yeah.
and you are literally a networking expert. 300K minimum you can command. That's a damn a lot of money. I know network engineers that I've come across that were earning $500,000 a year because they got that CCIE with experience. It was head of networking.
You being British, if you got a CCIE, there'd be no reason for you to be in Britain anymore. Asia would be taking you. You'd be doing terabyte networking instantly. You'd be doing some real cool stuff. You'd be making a lot of money abroad. So that on Python, man, you never set foot. You'd fly your parents out to wherever you are. That's it. You'd be done. So that's my recommendation to you. That's another one, bro. You can do it. I know it's off topic, but I'm just saying.
Awesome. Thank you for the advice there, Theo. All right, awesome, brothers. So we are in our last 8 minutes before we open up the phone lines. But this has been a very insightful live stream so far. Yet another classic Passport Bros show. So let's wrap up this segment, brother, and get the phone lines open up for brothers to ask questions in regards to this particular law, Passport Bros being freed, etc., etc. So, okay, now over to you, Theo.
But where we read it, okay, a colleague of mine has a CCIE and as a network architect, he's making $320K a year, ridiculous amount of money. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah. So especially if you're doing data center and you're doing cloud architecture. Sorry, you're actually making cloud architecture. So you're actually building AZs. Yeah, you could be making some cash. That's big demand right now. So if you guys want to do it, I'm a CCNP myself, but I haven't renewed for a while. But I was a CCNP 10 years, something like that, 10, 12 years. So yeah, I'd say go for it, guys. Do I have any CCNP books here? I have my Cisco. All my Cisco books are actually back over there if you guys can't see it. So I'll put the camera. Yep. See the blue books above my head? Yeah, those are all Cisco.
Awesome. All right, let's wrap up, brother. Let's open up the phone line. So what's your closing statement, brother, on this particular stream?
Hey, guys, the laws are changing. And again, this is the beginning of the end for radical feminism. This is something we should be paying attention to very closely. And again, Passport Bros, what this gives you is an option or a potential place for you bringing over a woman and having a family in America. Do not, under any circumstance, date or marry a Western woman. Don't. Sorry, it's still not safe enough to do that. You guys who are doing this, I'm like, why? Do you enjoy playing with fire? Because that's all it is.
Facts. Absolutely. I want to back up Theo there as well. Avoid Western women at all costs. Don't smash them. Don't marry them. Keep the interaction very, very minimal. And you're going to see a lot of positive vibes in your life. West women, they're a complete downer. Just being around them, my energy just drops low. I don't mess them in any shape or form. I only mess with them when I have to work, and I see them at the equivalent of Walmart and Costco over here in the UK. And that's it, brothers. That's it, man. So I'm looking forward to meeting my future foreign girlfriend, my future wife when I go abroad. And I suggest you brothers do so too. Be positive, keep that positive mindset, and don't let the Western woman break you. Let's break her before she breaks us. Okay, so let's open up the phone lines. Awesome. So once again, brothers, make sure you go and sign up to Theo's Manosphere conference. We will be having a stream on that because that's going to be in September. So that will be either the next week or the week after. We're going to have one final stream about the conference and, of course, my upcoming Python class. If you are signing up to Theo's conference, you have to be in my Python class. AWS plus Python makes you a master of all the arts. And that means for you brothers in America and all around the world, 200K is not even the limit. Let's get you to 500K, $500,000 a year. And that's possible. Ain't that right, Theo?
No, it is. It actually really is, because there's other things you can do on there that I'm not teaching you. So you get a better rounded view of what's possible in IT. So there's a lot of jobs you can definitely do. So guys, go join IP's Python course. You can't lose on that. I highly recommend it.
Awesome. Let's open up the phone lines. Super. The Python class will start at the 3rd or 4th week in September. I'll be opening up the signups via the Patreon or another payment platform in the 1st week of September, and it will be a 3-week sign-up campaign. If you miss that campaign, you have to wait till next year. Okay, let's get it cracking, man. So call in. Let's get some callers in. Call in. Let's get cracking, man. Get cracking. Let's get cracking, bro.
I'll answer something from JB Designs real quick. You can go into anything, go study it, but just make sure you're studying it and make sure you're doing it. It's like what my dietitian always said about diets. Any diet is good as long as you follow it and you're at a calorie deficit. So don't think it. Make sure you're inside a calorie deficit. That's it. That's your big point. So I have some students that I've been looking at with my in bewilderment because they talk about this point, and I just sit back and say, okay, what are you going to do? And they don't attain any certification at all those points. Instead, they just start talking about other more random points. And I just sit back and I'm like, you're not going to do anything, are you? I'm not going to take you seriously. And I'm right for that because they don't achieve a certification. They just talk crap. So make sure you're not somebody who talks crap. Make sure you actually get a cert and you can do it. Then you can start talking about doing something else. Until then, until you do the work, it's nothing. If you start doing the work and you actually carry through, good. Okay, now you're getting someplace.
Awesome. Turn your camera on in the background, 5. So I know you're not a troll. I got 5 on it. I got you there, 5. Awesome. Turn your camera off. Let me bring you in, 5s. What's going on, 5s? How you doing, bro?
5s.
Yo. How's everybody doing?
Oh, good.
Not bad, bro. Not bad. How you keeping, bro?
Not even gonna hold y'all. It was looking rocky for a good month there, but better now.
Yeah,
better.
Okay. In what way?
Well, it was just I don't know, like going through the Theo. Do you remember how I specifically was talking about how I tried to do it my way and I tried to go through a government program to learn IT?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for everybody in the audience, if y'all can avoid it, don't do that. Don't do what I did. That was I retained so little, and they want you to learn things that have nothing to do, because again, I'm a project management professional now, right? What I want to do mostly is about like finance and oversight and risk management and things like that. Why do I need certified ethical hacker? Why? Like, why do you want me to get it? Why do I need Splunk? I'm never gonna use this.
Certified ethical hacker, you're not even going to really use. And even if you have an opportunity for using it, it's unlikely that you'll actually be the hacker. You'll probably only be the manager of actual hackers. Splunk is used in the offices. You can do a career on Splunk, a serious one.
Yeah, but long story short, IP, that was how I am either going to do the Python or save to do it next time, because that was a huge mistake on my part. That's all me.
No worries, brother. All right, bro. So, what's your thoughts on this live stream, brother?
All right, I do got a couple of points. I'm only going to do one or two so other callers can get in. The main one I wanted to cover is that actually new research from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, or USDA, came out that according to them, if you have a child that was born in 2015, and the cost to raise that child from the age of birth to the age of 17 without outliers and stuff like that is actually $310,000 over the span of that time. So do y'all know what that effectively means? That means that Tennessee just said, no, I'm not going to hit old boy with a $310,000 burden off rip just for one child, by the way. You're going to have to prove it. I've actually had recently a military close friend of mine. We had conversations ad nauseum up to the point of conception of the would-be child. And I was like, yo, you're going to do the paternity test, right? Yeah. He's saying it all the way. Guess what happens when the child was born? I asked him, did you do it? He's like, nah, I just signed it. I think it's mine. And I'm like, oh my God. Where was this law then? Just why? Yeah. Like, he screwed that.
Yeah. So all it is like, keep it PG-13 for you, IP. But all it is emotional manipulation regarding the emotional state of the woman during pregnancy, sharing feelings, everything, showing a place for the man, how he can have a role and support everything. She admires him, smiles and everything, and a little bit of action. And that's it. He's gone. He doesn't second guess it, because he has been elevated by the woman, and he has a role for her and the child, which fits his normal directive as a man to be a provider and to be she's showing respect, and that's why she gets him. That's why the paternity test has got to be mandatory. You cannot trust the woman.
It just hurts. $310,000 in the hole, and there's nothing he can do about it. Like, even if he goes back and gets the test now, it's too late. He already signed the papers. If he misses a child support payment, bye-bye passport, and I tried to tell him. Like, that's what I got so far. I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
Awesome, thank you, bro, for that story. Much appreciated, Vibes. Yeah, man. I tried to tell him, man. You tried to tell him yourself, brother, and hopefully he fixes up. Thank you, bro. All right, let's get some new callers in, brothers. Let's get some new callers in if you want to chime in on this discussion. I've got a PayPal donation. Let me just read that real quick. Chotomate kurasai, minasan. That means wait a minute, everyone. Or minasan, chotomate kurasai. Some Japanese for you, brothers. Hold on. So shout out to Mr. Gavin, right, for the £3.78 PayPal donation. I appreciate you, Gavin. IP, I love the way you think, bro. Thank you, brother. Salute. Although the news for Tennessee is a great win, I too view this as an incentive to try and keep men in the West. Don't fall for it, men. They've done too much dirt to us. Stay strong, fellas, and get your foreign wife if you can. Great wisdom, IP. Stay sharp. God bless. What's your thoughts about that, Theo?
It's not about passport bros.
Okay.
Although that's something that might be there. I mean, a little bit. What it is like in that Catholic Church, trying to get the marriage rate from 20% to say 60%. That's what they would like to do, because then they'd have families and then those families produce children. The current situation we have, nah, because we don't. We'd be lucky at this point to get 10,000 passport bros per state. We're not going to get that. But the most of the time in these states, you got, if they're not getting married, they're not even dating, that's like hundreds of thousands of men in those areas who aren't doing anything. Well, that's an issue. So that's a larger number, the guys who don't leave.
Awesome. Thanks there, Theo. All right, so let's get some new callers in. Let me know what you brothers think. If you can't call in, please hit the super chats or hit the PayPal donation. So while we wait for a caller, how about we kind of change topics a bit, Theo? We'll slightly deviate. So I love your plan of 10 months abroad, 2 months here in the States. I think that's the best way to do so. Now, while you're 10 months away, brother, you obviously have property, you have assets. Who looks after that? What will you do in your property while you're away? And to me, that's true freedom. So, brother, how does that help with your aspirations to become a free passport, bro?
Well, while I'm abroad, I can either Airbnb my place and make some money that way if I want to, or I can just leave it the way it was. So again, last time when I was in Brazil, nobody was in my house. Well, my dogs were in my house, and a dog sitter came over and every day took care of the dogs. But that's about it. So if I were able to do 10 months abroad, what I would do is just bring my dogs abroad, which wouldn't be hard to do. And then I would only have to be away from them 2 months a year. And all my assets in America, I just lock them up, make sure nobody can access them unless I paid to do so. And it's okay. You keep it. It's like a hot situation. So I pay my internet fee. I pay my electric fee. I maintain the house remotely, and that's it. So life goes on.
Awesome, amazing. Dajibu desu ka, Theo? Dajibu desu ka?
It went down the wrong pipe. So
it's
why I'm muting myself. I'm trying to get it out, but yeah, it's definitely down there. So sorry.
Yeah, I thought I said something wrong. I was like, "Are you okay?"
So shout out to Mr. Umi Yedwa for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Salute IP and Theo. I recently became acquainted with a brother that had a CISSP and let it lapse. I almost smacked him and scolded him to renew it. Brother, how is it important to renew the CISSP?
Out of all of my certs, the CISSP is the most important to renew. I get more job offers and more job inquiries off the CISSP than any other cert that I have or any other experience. It is number one. And we have been saying it basically that it's kind of like a conspiracy to one degree, the industry and ICS squared, because no other certification is like this. If you allow your CISSP to lapse, then you, as far as I'm concerned, you didn't deserve it, and you're an idiot because you allowed. It's like allowing university to elapse. You're like, I did 4 years of undergrad, and now for some reason, I was going to continue on my life, and if my undergrad degree just disappears, that's okay. I'll keep on going. What? Are you serious? Even when, again, my worst year of my life financially was 2011, and I had to pay my fees to keep my CISSP active. I paid the fees. I went without food. It's that important. So, again, your friend that did that, your friend's an idiot. Straight out. You can take this recording to your friend and say, look at this guy's calling you an idiot. That's right. You are an idiot. There is no reason for you to do that. Bakayaro. Bakayaro. That's what it is. You are a stupid idiot. I can't even imagine somebody no. So that's why I feel like I allowed my Cisco certs to lapse because nobody was coming after me at Cisco. So I was like, I don't need to update them so much. You can't update Microsoft certs anyway, except for Azure. But CISSP gets updated every 3 years, and I pay that money to make sure I do it. It's only 200, like I think now it's like $315 every 3 years. That's nothing. 315. That's like 1 hour of work. Who cares? Let's do it.
Oh man, hey, Theo was a joker. Thank you for that
Serious.
statement there, and great super chat there, Mr. Umi Yedwa. Awesome. Fantastic. All right, so is there anything else you want to chime in on this discussion, Fives? We ain't got a caller.
I did have another point that I did want to bring up. So I remember y'all talking about at one point the temptation here in the States, and of course, IP has the 5 sayings, hello, good morning, good evening, good night, goodbye. However, this actually happened today. I ran into a Ukrainian refugee that came on my alma mater, and she's like working 3 jobs. And I guess that leads me into kind of the antithesis of the freedom discussion, which is the temptation, right? Of course, it's easy enough to just avoid American women. But when you have the Ukrainian refugees come in, when you have the Brazilian that's here for 4 or 5 months, right? Like you kind of gauge, like, okay, they're only here for 4 months. Like, can they really get westernized in that fast a time? Or, they're only here for 2 years on a refugee kind of visa and they're working hard. It's not like they're partying and clubbing. They've got, like, you try to rationalize it in your head. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the hard part for me, because if it comes down to laser focus and singular task focus, I am on it. You can ask anybody who knows me like that. But when I get that Ukrainian refugee in my face and she has that femininity about, I wouldn't say she's like fresh off. I'm just saying like she just got here. Like you can tell that America hasn't gotten to her yet. Like that stuff.
There are Ukrainian refugees here in Austin. I've seen what they do. I've seen some Ukrainian refugees in Chicago, talked to them. Also LA, so I'm aware. Yeah, they're for the streets.
Oh,
you just wait you just wait 3 or 4 months. And that's it. They start doing streetwalker stuff. And they go straight in with Western culture. And I'm sure somebody's listening to that. Like, no, we're not like this at all. Fine. You want to say that. It's not what I saw, though. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
I saw women who were able to manipulate, have body counts up to 20 easy within 4 or 5 months. I mean, 20 more. Going out with this guy, that guy. I mean, playing the field. There was one woman in Chicago, refugee, and I saw her on the dating site. And I just straight out, I asked her, I said, why do you need to be on a dating site if you're in Chicago? Shouldn't you just be able to walk outside? There's plenty of Western men. Just walk outside. She says, well, I want to, expand my options. And I was like, really? So you were in an area that being bombed by Russia where you didn't have any Western men at all. You went from that to wanting millions of options. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a CC writer right there. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. Don't trust them. Nah. Yeah. So they have, it's like, okay, I'll just look at this up again. It's like Beowulf. I'm serious. It's like Beowulf. The woman always transforms herself to become the worst vice of the man, the worst temptation. And she knows what she has to do, and then she does it, and then she uses that action to destroy him. And men are constantly weak to this over centuries. And these women know what they're doing. So, no, guys, don't even try. I talked to him here in Austin. Yeah, I'll say hi to him and stuff like that, but that's about it.
Wow. The Western allure is very powerful. And even at times, I even underestimated how the brainwashing the West does is very, very powerful. The media, the constant bombardment of images, messages in the songs, the TV shows, the friends you meet, the clubs you go to. It's just too much effort that goes on in the West, man. It truly is a fallen society. It truly is. Just an awful place, man. I'm telling you, especially if when you're conservative, when you're religious, believe in the Most High. The West is it's done for, man. It really is. And unfortunately, women don't have that kind of, mentality to push, the brainwashing away. Well, certain women don't, and this is why we're saying, you brother, stay in her country and learn her language. Learn a language. If you're interested in a South Korean chick, learn South Korean. Colombian, learn Spanish. You got to put in work, brothers, man. I know it's going to be tough, but if you truly want to live a life without any problems in the West, learn the language, man. Go on, Theo.
Mm-hmm. That's entirely right. You have to learn the language. And the more language you get, the better quality of woman you're going to get on the other side. Normally, the greater likelihood you're going to get a better quality woman on the other side. Sometimes you can get a quality woman who does speak in English, but it's rare. It's more rare. It's more likely that she's been ran through. So learn the language, be a part of the culture, integrate, go over there, enjoy yourself, and live a life that you have never had before. And again, enjoy. And then after that, make some kids, make a new community, make yourself happy. And then talk with guys in the West and say, hey, look, how miserable are you? Like I did when I was in Japan. And be like, oh, you're having all these problems. I wonder why. Oh, you're in the West. That's why. Okay, let's talk about that. So, guys, the option is now. You can really change your life. I say to you guys, do it. Without a doubt, do it.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Joshua McMillian for the $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. We got over 100 people watching and only 9 super chats so far. Brothers, show me some love, show me some support, like the video, hit the PayPal donations, hit the super chats, because I've been doing this for over 5 years now. I am truly, genuinely a genuine person that's changing lives of brothers all around the world. So show me some love, man. That'd be greatly appreciated. IP, keep up the great work. Thank you, bro. That means a lot to me. Theo knows his ish. He really dropped gems on me at lunch last week. Oh, interesting. Consultation, I'm guessing. I'm grateful. IP's channel is a hidden gem on YouTube. Thank you, bro, man. That means a lot to me.
He had an internship here in Austin. So before the internship ended, we decided to have lunch. And I sat there and was able to give him some guidance. And he'll be a part of my class in September. And I think he's going to join yours as well. So this guy, he's going to be invincible in the next 3-4 years.
Theo, hold on, Theo. You did that? You met up with him for lunch and you gave him hints? Shout out to Theo, man. Honestly, man, shout out to Theo, bruv. Everyone in the live stream chat, please give Theo his props, man. Say thank you, Theo. We appreciate you, Theo, because we as brothers, right, we don't give enough props to the great men in our community. There isn't much Theos out there in the mainstream media. We're bombarded with rappers, a bunch of drug dealing dudes, a bunch of dudes that sag their pants, a bunch of dudes that rap about killing other brothers. They don't show Theo on mainstream media. So can we please give me his props, man? That's awesome, Theo, man. So salute to you, brother. Thank you very much for doing that for Joshua. I'm guessing he's a young 23, 24-year-old kid, right? Or brother that needs that guidance and support. Thank you, Theo, man.
Yeah, it was the kind of guidance support that I wish I would have had when I was at that age, because I was trying to navigate how I was going to return back to Japan and how exactly it was going to go down. And I basically had to beg, steal, and lie to get advice about how I was going to do this. Whereas me, I'm like, hey, let's have sandwich. Let's have some lunch. Let's talk. They didn't have the nachos, though. I would have liked nachos. It was okay. I had this thing for nachos. Let's go on American style. Well, I want nachos. So, none of that. But, I was more than happy to help them out.
Where did you go to Taco Bell or Chipotle?
No, we went to a private sandwich shop.
Nice. Awesome, bro.
Decent sandwich. decent sandwich. That's good.
Thank you, Theo, for doing that. You know, brothers, man. Yeah, when I was growing up, I didn't have, you know, someone like Theo in my life, man. I had to just kept pushing through and believed in myself, man. It was tough, man. You know, growing up around, you know, dudes that were no good, horrible community. I turn on the TV, I see a bunch of rappers, you know, in bulletproof vests rapping about killing other brothers. I'm thinking, what is this stuff, man? I mean, what is this? So I had to just persevere and push through, you know. But now I thought, you know, I don't want another. I said to myself many years ago, right? I don't want another brother to go through what I went through, right? We need to be very selfless as people, right? We may have gone through horrible things, but so therefore we need to make sure that the next generation of brothers don't go through what we have gone through. That's my thinking, which is why I love what I do on this channel. I love bringing in intelligent brothers. You know, we've been through a lot. I know Theo's been through a lot, man. If you hear his personal story, and he's still standing strong. I've been through a lot, but we need to make sure that what we've been through, the next generation of brothers don't go through what we're through, what we went through. Therefore, we're going to offer you the best guidance, the best courses, the best advice, and you're seeing every day. I finished my Python class the other day. All the brothers thanked me, and they all sent me PayPal donations, man. It almost brought a tear to my eye, man. Almost everyone sent me a PayPal donation saying thank you, IP. This was a very helpful course. Theo's student Andrewski and my Python student as well passed his IT certification last week. Man, it brings me joy, man. It brings me great joy.
Well,
Let's
another
keep
student
pushing.
just started his first job in cloud today, so he was talking about that. He didn't post it in. He posted it in a messenger group, but he didn't post it in the actual Facebook group. But yeah, he had his computer and he was talking about his first day at work. You know, remote job, and so making six figures. So I was like, okay, fine, you did it in the messenger group. I won't push you anything more than that. But I was like, why can you put it into the main group? Because I need everybody to see this.
Motivation, right? Man. Please.
Yeah.
Motivation, man. Shout out to that brother.
Yeah, you saw him. You saw him in there. He made a comment.
Yeah,
You saw that.
I saw him.
So,
yeah.
but that's. I mean, we're getting some progress on there. We just got to show more of it. And again, for our students who are listening, the reason why I have you guys talk about your successes is so that other people will see it and be motivated. If everybody is just looking at IP and myself, we become like demigods, and we're not. We're just normal men. That's it. We're just smart and we're dedicated towards something, but that's about it. If you see everybody in the group being successful, that's going to be by far a greater inspiration to you. So the reason I have you talk about your successes is so that it becomes normal to see Black men being successful. So I'm re-socializing you. That's my actual. And I'm also making sure that your eyes turn away, particularly from me, and you see your brothers. And so that's why I say, put your successes in there, show it, let other people know about it, talk about it, get used to it. Then you see in the groups, you've been seeing this on a weekly basis. Guys pass a test, guys doing well here and there. It's increasing, and this is a good thing. I want to see this in our groups in the next 5-6 years at least, particularly when people go abroad and they get married and they're happy. I want those marriages to be in the group. I want their children to be in the group as well, their childbirths to be in the group. And I want people to see what's really possible. So
yeah, we got work to do. We got work to do. Thank you, Theo. I see Bo J in the background. Give me a second, brother. Let me read through the super chats. Hold on there, Fives. Shout out to Mr. EKNL for the $6.66 super chat. Another super chat. Thank you both for the support. Much appreciated, brother. Shout out to Original Man for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. May the paternity laws pass throughout the US and 3 more passport bros. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Is that a possibility for you, or are we reaching for the stars over here, brother? Break it down for us, brother, please, brother. Go on, brother. You're on mute, brother. Thank you, brother.
It is a possibility, particularly if guys decide to actually move to the states that have these laws.
Okay.
So I would
Awesome.
say, guys, at least move to these states if you have a kid or if you have a marriage involved. Go move.
Awesome, thank you. Shout out to Mr. Ruel Black for the $7.77 super chat. Thank you, brother. Great stuff, IP and Theo. Great things you guys are doing. Putting this info out here for brothers. Salute to you. Thank you very much, Ruel, for the kind words, and thank you, Theo, for being a legend in this passport bro space. Appreciate you, brother. Much appreciation to Meb for the $4.99 super chat. Theo, what was your grad degree going to be in? I know you said you didn't finish, but I was curious what a guy did 3 majors who would do for grad school.
So my 3 majors were French, Russian, economics. My double minor was Japanese and finance. And then my first time I went to grad school, I did finish computer science and linguistics. And then the second time I went to grad school, I did not finish, and that was with Russian East European studies. So my focus was corruption in Ukraine. And that's when all the crap hit me. It was way too much. And cancer hit me and all the other stuff. And I said, okay, I'm done. I'm going to go back into the workforce. So that's what I did when I left Illinois. So I'm tempted to go back to Illinois just to live there. Really thinking about doing it. One of the things we're talking about is making a technical institute or an area where I actually do not just remote training, but we're doing training with people sitting in the seats. So Illinois would be one good area for that because the summer is so cheap there.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for that story there, Theo. Wow, you're very well educated, man. Wow,
Yeah.
Amazing.
Study. I gotta start living. I don't know. Gotta go back abroad.
Shout out to Mr. Andrew Ski Gordon. Congratulations, bro, for passing your IT cert. Everyone, please say congratulations in the live stream chat to Andrew Ski for passing his IT certification exams. We appreciate you, brother. Keep going, keep pushing. Success is going to be your future, brother. For your $2 super chat, Theo, I cannot read Korean. What's he saying there, Theo?
He's talking about something else. Andrew, please. Yes, I can read that. Don't torture the rest of the group with that, please. That's fine. Yes, it's good.
Okay.
Keep on going. You're gonna give me a headache. Anyway.
Awesome. Shout out to Mr. Raphael Taylor for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, Raphael, for the support. Much appreciate, brother. Salute. Appreciate you. So let's get the brother. Shout out to Mr. Bo J for the $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Blessings for this channel. God bless. God bless you too, brother. Blessings to you too. Thank you for the kind words. Much appreciation and much salute to you. Awesome. Now, okay, let's get Mr. Bo J in the building. Bo J, give me a thumbs up, bro. Can I bring you in? Give me a thumbs up, Bo J. Give me a thumbs up, bro. Mr. Bold J in the background, orange shirt. Can I bring you in? Okay. Camera on. Is that okay? Camera on. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Awesome. Sugoi. Okay. Let me bring in Bo J. What's going on, Bo J?
Oh, yeah. Hi.
What's going on, bro? There's a lag.
I'm good, man. How the brothers feeling? Do I have a...
Bro, there's a huge lag. Big lag. You're going to have to drop off and call back in, brother.
Yeah, just call back in real quick.
All right, let me call back in, bro. Okay, there's a huge lag. All right, awesome. Faj, you want to say something, Vibes?
Yeah, I was just going to make a closing statement because I got to go here soon. All right, so just real quick. So I actually did some more research into the Black Manosphere Enclave that Theo and company is hosting. I didn't even know that the thing was going to be that packed with like the lead attorney and with law enforcement and everybody else there. Unfortunately, I will have an event in the same area in October, which has taken the slot of September. September is going to be prep for that event. That'll be my alma mater get together for front facing companies and things like that. So, but I wish I were attending it because this Tennessee law thing is a rare W that I wish was a federal or a majority state thing. And I wish it was something that was just, because it's just common sense, right? Like, you just trust but verify. But when emotions and when a child gets brought into the world, everything just gets jumbled up. And like Theo said, this is a very smart individual. This person is going to school right now for information technology, the military guy I talked about. But right now he can't do that because he's using his GI Bill in order to raise the child. And he could be making 125, 150, upwards of 200K a year. But no, instead of doing that, now he has to deal with whatever the baby mom wants. And dude, why? So I can't do it, man. I'm forever with my past, because this just doesn't, this, I can't do it. We can't wait for the law to change. Like, we have to make a move now. We can't wait for this. So I personally think that if the reaction of me to my close friends who know this person saying, hey, why didn't you get a paternity test? Why did you get a paternity test, bro? They looked at me like I was the bad guy. Like, oh, of course it's his child. Why you say that? I'm like, oh wow, really? So that's all I gotta say.
Okay. Thank you, Fives. Speak soon, okay? Much appreciated, brother. Okay, so let me bring in Mr. Bo J. Hopefully there's no lag there. Okay? Let me bring him in. How you doing, Bo J?
I'm good, man. Can y'all hear me good now?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
But
But I have feedback though.
Oh no.
So I have feedback, brother.
Okay, let's see.
Do I sound like that? Oh Lord, I need to get an American accent like Theo. Damn. Theo, I need your accent, bro. I need that Chicago, gritty, Illinois, South Side Chicago accent, bro.
Yeah, like if you keep on going that way, we'll just delete you now. That's Chicago. That's how we are, because it's cold. So yeah, our hearts are cold. Yeah. Like you have the good
God
accent.
forbid.
Dude, you get more girls anywhere in the world than I would just on your accent.
Damn, you sure about that, Theo? I think the American brothers do the best all around the world, bro.
Just be a little more confident. Just look at him and say, I'm British. I'm black and I'm British. I'm like Black James Bond. That's all it takes. Just say you're like Idris Elba. So like you're his cousin. Yeah, that's done.
You know, there's only 500,000 brothers in the entire world. That's how rare we are. 500,000. So when I tell them, listen, I grew up in the UK, they're like, what? A black guy's from the UK? Is this a Pokemon in front of me right now?
Yeah, that's the way it is. Yeah, you guys are rare. Black British is just so rare internationally. So yeah, I'd stay with yours. Yours is good. But who's this guy again? Jay, right? Yeah, Bold J.
Bo J, what's going on, brother? You there? Mayday.
I am, man. I hope the delay is off. Am I still coming in bad?
Mayday, check one, two. Yes, brother. There's still some feedback, brother. So, brother, meet me on YouTube. It might be YouTube, or drop off and call back in, bro. Okay. All right. So wait for Bo J to fix that. Any brother want to call in? It is a beautiful Tuesday over here, and a beautiful hot warm afternoon or evening in Theo's area. Okay, so now, okay, awesome stream. Theo, is there something else you want to touch upon that happened this week that was important?
Well, the big one. This is the big one, and I think part of the reason why they have this law is tax revenue, because they see what's going on, particularly with the ABW. She's basically taking government resources and constantly costing more government resources under her management. So if they these if they say you don't get any money for alimony, sorry, for child support, if the father was never there, and then they can also turn around and take kids away. That's going to decrease the long-term costs for the state. So it's in the state's interest to actually do this. So, and I know some people are talking about passport bros. I would say passport bros are just one symptom, but actually getting these kind of laws done, these take a long time to circulate among state legislatures. And it's not something you can do quickly. This was a ground roots effort in Tennessee to get this one done. So hopefully we get this done next in Georgia. That would be a major hit if that happened in Georgia, and then next also Texas, and then Florida. We do that. Oh, we are winning. That's a major win for us. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I see. So I see Bro J. Bro J, do you hear me, brother? Bro J, give me a thumbs up. All right, turn the camera off. Let me bring in Mr. Bro J. Hopefully this fixes it. All right, Bro J, what's going on, bro? You're on mute. Bro, you're on mute. You need to unmute yourself, bro.
Okay, is that better? Am I getting reflections or no?
Let me see. Yeah, I am. We are, bro.
Oh no. Hold on.
Do you have YouTube on?
Yes, sir.
That's why. Take off YouTube.
Okay. Let's see.
We back? Yes, we are. Oh no,
Yes, we are.
We're not.
Oh no, we're not.
Here it is.
All right, that should be a little bit better. How's that, guys?
Mayday. Yes, that works. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Hold on.
I'll put you on my ear.
Mm-hmm. No, it works. It works now. It works.
All right. Sorry for that, y'all. It's been a while.
No worries, bro. We don't blame you. Keisha was tampering with your computer.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about the topic, and also the upcoming conclave with the brother Theo, front stage and center. Very excited for it. Guys, a lot of us listen to this podcast, and I feel convicted when Theo was talking about talking and not getting asserts. Don't be like me and the other brother that called, 5. Shout out to him too. Love what he talked about. But really listen to what's going on this podcast. Listen to it. Contribute. Throw the likes up. Okay, iron sharpens iron. And a lot of you guys are playing around. You're still dating. You're still going to clubs. You're still listening to music that's not going to serve you. Yet J. Cole is a great artist, but he's not going to get you any closer to your goals. I pay child support. I've just got my passport back about 2 years. I was in Recife, Brazil. I got to experience Punta Cana. We don't do Sosua. Y'all know how we get down. And it's been life-changing, right? Now, I wasn't able to finish Theo class because of my divorce. Lovely lady I was with, but, let bygones be bygones. But the little bit that I got from Theo's class because of my own laziness, it led to me getting about a $5,000 bump in my raise for writing IAM policies. This is just a tiny bit. Can you imagine if I would have finished the course? I'm UX and I'm doing cloud. Guys, sign up for the conclave. Take Python. Learn back-end languages and stop kidding around. Stop dating these Keishas. If you have a homie that is not on what we on, you need to stop being friends with them. Do not play with fire, because 20% of your income will be going. Now, it's to a good cause, right? We want to see lovely children being raised in this world, but we certainly don't want another man raising our seed. You don't want that. That's what you don't want. So I just want to show love to the stream, and a lot of us guys. Yes, we kid around in the chat. Iron sharpens iron, but really contribute. Like if there's 101 people here and there's only 90 something likes, there is a 10% gap there of people who aren't being serious here. It's not just like Theo and IP are saying. It's not just about passport bros. Okay, they're waving a white flag. What are you going to do next? Are you going to learn the language? Are you going to study it? Are you take it seriously, guys? You know, that's what we're doing. So showing love, man.
So are you going to join class 5? You can do it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna do it. I was supposed to be going to Panama, but it's time to stop. It's time to stop playing around, man. It's time to get for real about this. I mean, cloud is the future. AI is like nuts. ChatGPT just took like 3 or 4 people from my work group, took their jobs like it was yesterday. Boom, just like that. Why do we need content writers? ChatGPT can do it. The same is going to happen with UX design. I can see that coming, you know. So yeah, I'm looking to join it and specialize in probably architecture because I'm an information architect now. So the transition, I hope, is going to be just as good. VPCs and all of that good stuff. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, you're definitely more than happy to come back. I'm glad to see that you haven't been totally consumed by your divorce. Sorry about that. I'm glad.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to see that you're still enduring. So again, they're always welcome to come back anytime. Just text me at some point so I know what's going on. Because
yes, sir.
We're doing Azure DevOps, so actually there's a license that actually has to be purchased. So before class 5 starts, I need to actually make one payment to Microsoft. So it's a critical point. But yeah, as long as you talk to me, we're going to be fine. Yes, Malik. Well, so the guy named Malik saying it's a class free. Yes, the class is free, but the lab fee is not free. You do have to pay for lab fee. But it's only one-time fee. It's not. It's small. So don't worry about it. So yeah, glad. Thank you for the kind words. I totally agree with you. And we're making something different. And we have our little section. And I really hope to see you in another country one day. And you know, abroad, kicking back, and being in a situation that you want to be in. And maybe you're going to be going back and forth between countries because you have custody issues. I see that. But I was just talking to one today, and looking for a point the next 10 years. So he believes he'll be over at that point, and then he's going to go to another country. So he's just getting ready. He's going to do it, and so I think you're going to be able to do that too.
Right on. Yes, indeed. RP was cracking, baby.
All good, brother. How you keeping, bro?
Oh man, hanging and banging, man. Hanging and banging. I'm excited for the future. What we got going on, what y'all got going on here is it's marvelous. It's maravilloso. I'm trying to work on Portuguese and Spanish at the same time. It's horrible. I got to concentrate on one, you know?
Okay, this is what I do. To be honest with you, this is kind of fun.
Yes, sir.
So I'm doing Spanish and Spanish and Portuguese at the same time, which I do. So on this computer, my Windows machine, I get a beautiful Colombian woman, and on this one on my Mac, I get a beautiful Brazilian woman. And then I just say that I'm going back and forth and talking to the one woman versus another. It works. Yeah. So one of the things we said in linguistics is that you have to have some sort of interest in order to actually do another language. And they admitted in the classes, they said, well, the biggest one is that you want one of the natives. They said that's really big. So like if you really want, like I said, that's why like they said a lot of more men learn the language than women, because the men meet this girl that they really like and they're like, the only way I get to procreate with her is if I learn the language. So suddenly they become masters of the language, whereas the women are like, hey, learn my language or you don't get me. So that's usually the way it works.
Wow, it's Badaji. Yeah, and Hasifa, it's like you go to the mall. If you don't, in the Rio Mar Mall, if you do not speak Portuguese, you're A out. Like that's it. Like they'll entertain you for a little minute, but really, yeah, to your point, like speaking the language, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start splitting the screen and get some motivation out there. Good memories made of Hisife, man. Yeah.
We're
Just
gonna need
remember
that.
again, before you drop, just remember this. You always forget your vocabulary 3 times before you finally remember it. So that's the only way to actually learn it, unless you have an intense emotional experience with the language. Then you'll instantly remember it because it's attached to your emotion. So, like, for example, if you're like, say, like a vocabulary book like this, right? That's a good example, this one. So if you're just doing rote memorization, you're gonna, that's the only way you can remember it. You have to forget it 3 times, and then you'll remember it the 4th time, somewhere around there. But if a really cute girl in the mall says something to you in Portuguese and she has this look about her and she's like the it girl for you, oh, you'll learn whatever she says straight out. In fact, you won't even translate it. It'll be a part of your your psyche. That's it. Boom! It's like a permanent change. So that's one of the best things that we actually learn it. Right?
Right
So
on, man.
yeah, that happened to me more than once. I learned quite a lot of things. Like in class, I always go around and say "kora, kora, kora," right? And I never translated "kora" until I went back to the United States. But my Japanese fiance was saying that to me when we were dating, and yeah, that's in my head permanently. Also, kayui. Kayui, always, that will never go from my mind. It was so funny when she said it to me. That means itchy. So she was talking about how itchy she was. She was kayui, kayui. And I wasn't paying attention to her. Then I learned that word just from her saying it.
So you're saying, right, when you learn a new language, say the word 3 times, you're gonna forget the first 3 times, but the 4th time you say it, it's gonna be in your brain.
So it's not say it, you learn it. So let's say this. Let's say I get a word in here, right? Compra, and I write it out 10 times, and I'm like, I'm sure I know it, right? I use it. I'm sure I know it. I'll forget it. So I learn again, and then I'm sure the second time I've learned it, I'll forget it. Then same process. 3rd time, I learn it. I try to use it in a certain way. I'll forget it. If I do it the 4th time, I'll probably retain. So you have to forget. You have to forget 3. That's very common. And then the 4th time, you actually do the retention. So you can say it all you want, you'll still forget it.
Awesome, thank you, bro. Bro Jay, we need that Recife Brazil intel, bro.
Oh, Recife is just incredible. Went to Boa Viagem. Incrível is just incredible, man. Incredible. I failed the other day. I tried to say, are they checking for brothers in Spanish? Well, you had the brother on from Colombia. That's how bad my Spanish is. But I saw that, but it made me fall back in love with pick it back up in Portuguese, man. I could definitely come on and talk about Recife. The young lady I was dating from out there also, she's from the Gaibu region. And she's from Theo, she's part of Quilombos, the actual Quilombo people. Like, I'm supposed to be learning how to make cassava and everything. So it's pretty dope. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I would really recommend doing that. And again, if you're doing it with a woman you're interested in, you're actually sitting there learning how to cook and stuff. That's one of the best ways of picking her up. That'll work really well. And the other thing I always say is the gym. Of course, that's probably my number 1 pickup area is the gym. And you're doing workouts together, and you're actually able to see how she can follow your lead, or she can be humble about a set that she screws up on. If you see that, then you know she's good.
Awesome. All right, Bo J, send me a DM on IG. We're gonna get you on the channel in the future to speak about the beautiful land of Recife, Brazil. We need that intel for the culture. the culture.
I got you, family, man. It's much love with you guys. I'm gonna drop off, but keep doing what y'all doing, man. All right, love
awesome.
You guys, man.
We'll keep on doing.
Salute. Right. Thank you, brother. All right, so let's go on for another. Salute, brother. Let's go on for another 25 minutes. We're gonna end it. I've got a very busy morning ahead at work. crazy morning. Shout out to Mr. Original Man for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Is Python the only thing IP taught? Yes, I'm only teaching Python at the moment, but I do IT mentorships, and I'm planning on doing a personal development program to be a better individual, being a better passport, bro. Prepare yourself mentally, physically, get you on a plan to be a well-groomed man. So more details coming on that. So press a 2 in the chat if you're interested in that, brothers. I'm really serious about us being incredible men.
I thought you taught nuclear physics and rocket science. I thought you did like that. I mean, don't you do aerospace? Like only Python. Oh my goodness, that's all? You don't do like nuclear physics or, quantum theory? Oh, come on, IP slacker.
I wish, bro. I wish I was smart like you, bro.
No, I don't do that. I study it. It's my hobby, but I don't teach that.
Even studying that is even studying that's amazing, bro. Shout out to Mr. Henry for the $11 super chat. Thank you, Henry. Much appreciated, Henry. I've not heard that name in a long time since I learned about Henry VIII in school, and he's 8 wives or 9 wives. Hi IP, and was it 8 wives or 9 wives?
Yeah, it's 8.
Yeah.
He killed 7 of them.
He deleted 7 of them.
Yeah, we were impressed. We're like, dang, those English kings, they get down. You don't make a son. You have a problem with you. Off you go. Like, wow. So this is school here in America. We're like just impressed with the English kings. We're like, yeah, you guys are vicious. And when I was in London the last time, I was in the next Tower of London, and again, I was going in there looking at all the torture devices that the royalty used. I was like, you guys are nuts, man. And so I can see why IP don't show your face. You're scared. You don't want to be tortured by the royal family. I got you.
Hi IP and panel. It's been a while. Glad to catch the stream. Be blessed, fellas. Same to you. Be blessed as well, Henry. Much appreciated, bro. Let me bring in Mr. C if I fumble in the background. You are confirmed. I'm gonna bring you in right now, brother. Awesome. What's going on, C if I fumble?
Hey yo, not much, man. I'm doing good. What's going on with you guys?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. Doing fantastic, brother. So, what's your thoughts on this live stream, brother?
Oh no, I love it. I got a girl right here. Me and her been together since we was like 15, and I know for a fact we're not gonna work out. And I was like, man, this country will be amazing if they fix this and this and this, and they're fixing it. They're fixing it. I like that a lot, man. I appreciate it, but I know that the days are counted. I just know.
Why so, brother? You've been there since you were teens. What's happened? Is she a Keisha?
Yeah, but me and her, like she doesn't have an attitude. She's really sweet and nice, but like where I'm from, women get down in the house or in the kitchen, and she has 0%, like nothing, nothing, no house skills, none. She tries, so man. Even though it sounds like I'm trashing her, not man, because she tries, so I can't complain. I can't complain.
Well, the thing that I would say to you is be careful. Because I mean, that your ships might be anchored at the same port right now, but your manifests have 2 different destinations.
Mm-hmm.
So she might try to either sink your ship or make it so that put a rope along your ship and take her along, so she doesn't need to set her sail. She depends on your energy. And what I'm saying by that is, make sure she doesn't do a sabotage of you. But be very careful. I've seen that happen. I've seen guys who were going to go abroad, and they were studying for a while, and they learned the language and everything. And they get to a certain point, they actually don't use their passports, and the girl got them.
Oof! Wow. She never tried that on me, and I did some pooky stuff, man. Never did. She always wanted me to lead her and take her to glory, man.
Yeah. So it's not. She's never done it. All she has to do is put the switch on, or it's on her head at this point. She's just waiting to do it.
Oh yeah.
Just be careful. That's it. That's my big thing I would say to you.
Oh,
Again, for myself, when I was 20, I dated. I got back from France when I was 18. I dated a little bit, but then when I was 20, I went to Russia and I came back for a little bit, and I did not date anyone. I refused, and because I knew my next girl was going to be in France, and that was true. My next girl was there, and then I didn't date anybody for 2 years because I knew my next girl was going to be in Japan, and that's where she was. So be very careful of what you're doing in the States, because if she sees value in you, particularly as a what can I say, a living ATM, yeah,
hey
she'll
man,
do what she can.
I got her. I got a kid by her, man, and I already
See,
like it.
see, a kid, right? So, how long is your child? How old is your child?
He's 3.
You're that's it. You're doomed. Yeah. I mean, you're going to be watching us do things, but yeah, in the West, you're going to see. Wait, do you have a paternity test?
No.
No, go do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
But
serious. Go take a paternity test.
the thing,
But
uh-huh.
you got 15 more years where you really can't leave the country. You can't do anything the way that you may want to do it. You're stuck.
Damn,
But the thing,
bruv.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is,
Jeez.
she didn't put me on the birth certificate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
get
you're in trouble.
a little bit of wiggle room until she like, nah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she can't put your name on now. So it would require an official adoption for that to occur.
I don't know how the laws work on that.
Yeah. So what actually you'd have to go and say that you have to go to the government, to the state government, and you'd actually have to bring her and the child, and then go have a lawyer there, and then the child actually have to be aware that he's being adopted, and this is actual a legal process, and then you probably, well, more times than not, you have to marry her as well. So that's the only way you can get the name to change on the birth certificate.
Believe it or not, she put down my last. I know. Okay. Yeah. I know you're talking about something else. Okay. Yeah.
She put down your last name on the birth certificate?
Yeah, but she didn't put my name on her. Like my.
So she named the child your name.
Yes.
But didn't that okay, that's some wild crap. That is some hood. So in that case, bro, I mean, you don't, I mean, well, she's not going to she can't get you for child support at this point.
Yeah.
So you do have some freedom, but she can take your kid away from you right here, right now.
Oh yeah. But she tried doing it by herself when she got mad, and she figured out, nope, I need him. So she behaving until she figures out that until she don't need me no more. That makes sense.
My point in this is that you're playing with fire.
Oh, I know.
And you just haven't gotten burned yet.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a question of time.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's like playing with a cobra.
I would never play with a cobra.
All right.
I mean,
Hope
you
it
haven't
goes.
gotten bit yet. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I hope it goes well with her, CVF Amble. I will get some new callers. And anything else you want to chime in on, brother, or was that it?
Oh man, yeah, I wanted to get in the Python, but I missed it. Oh my goodness, it's full. Oh, I'm so sad.
No worries, bro. No worries. That'll be a next time, okay?
Yeah, and then Theo, you said you got a class. Your classes are full too.
Oh no. So
No,
no. My Python's not open in September, bro. It's not full.
Say that again.
So my Python class will open in September. That's the old one I need to get rid of on Patreon. So the new signups will open first week of September, bro.
Okay. Ah, shoot. You said third?
No, first week of September. Signups, and
Yeah.
then the classes begin on the third or fourth week. It will
Okay.
officially begin.
That'd be a perfect birthday present for me, man. September 11th. That'd be perfect.
Yep.
All right, man.
So yeah, try to study with us if you can. Try to get that. Try to do something, but get that situation in order, because you might be having little jokes right now. These jokes usually end in tears. So
That's some scary stuff, man.
yeah,
Scary
well,
hours.
my friends don't laugh. They
They cry.
they cry. They're miserable. The self-deletion rate increases by 5% in situation, by 5 times in the situation that you're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to be in your situation at all, man. So take it seriously. Go talk with your brothers about this. They'll set you right.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, Theo, man. You're a library in the head of experience, man. Ooh. Every time I hear you talk, I learn something.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you, Sia Bafambo. Peace out, brother. Another time. Alrighty. So, brothers, let's get some new callers in the last 15 minutes of this live stream. Incredible live stream. Once again, go and join the Patreon to hear intel, behind the scenes intel on the foreign woman of your dreams, whether she's Argentinian, Japanese, South Korean, Chinese, Colombian, Brazilian. We have it all on the Patreon, the naughty director's cut, explicit raw intel, right? That will shock you, right? Bedroom activity for these for these women. Ain't that right for you?
Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna think about doing some more for you on those ones. I'll think about doing the Thai one. I might have to take a tranquilizer shot first before I actually go and talk about it. I am considering doing Thailand, so it's going to depend on my situation with Angelica. So yeah, if if it fails between myself and Angelica, I'm gonna divert very quickly towards what is it? Thailand, South Korea, maybe the Philippines, and then Colombia and Brazil. So I'll be a fiend in those areas. But if it works between myself and Angelica, well, I'm off the market. So I'm trying to figure out how that's going. She was actually just texting me while we were having this live stream. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm looking at these options, but I do need to act quickly because basically, in my position in the manosphere, I know very well, I show my face, that if I got married or agree married, and that I was showed that I was happy, it would be that much more better and positive for the Black manosphere, and then also for the Passport Bro movement. It would just be huge. So I need to do this, particularly if I'm doing live streams all the time. So I'm aware, and I'm thinking about getting hitched. So that's
Amazing.
me. That's what's going on me.
Amazing. You're done with Japanese chicks?
Pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm aware of it. I mean, I'm just remembering different things. There's things I could say that I haven't really said on here. I should probably just say on your Patreon. But yeah, there's just various reasons for that in the end. Like, if I didn't have Angelica, let's say that was totally free, yeah, I wouldn't mind like making out with a Japanese woman, kind of like having fun with her or something like that. But if it came to childbirth, particularly that's what I'm at right now, I would rather have a Filipina, Korean, or Thai in that position over Japanese. Just the way it is.
I feel you, bro. Okay. I feel you, brother. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do polygamy at all, Theo? No side chicks?
Okay. No. So I told Angelica, and I told my late wife, I said, your problem isn't that I want a lot of women. Their problem is that I want you a lot. So you got to deal with that. And there's gonna be a time in which you're gonna be like, I wish like I would like enough like put his energy, he has a lot of energy towards me. So I'm usually with women who really want all of my energy. They're like, give it all to me, I'll take it. So there's a certain kind of type that are like that. Angelica is one of those girls. She's like, yeah, all the energy, everything you've got, yeah, give it all, transfer it over to me. So yeah, she'll like it.
Awesome. So we got a caller, just another Monica, JAM in the building. You're confirmed. Turn your camera off. Shout out to Mr. C by Fumble for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you, brother, for the support. Much love, man. IP. Shout out to you, bro. Much appreciation. Theo, what's your social media? How can I find you for content if you do any on the side? That's a question for you, Theo.
Yeah, I don't have my own content. I decided that I don't want to do this. I want to appear on people's channels and add value to their channel. And I don't need to have my own. I do IT. I'm already successful in that area. And I don't have the time or the emotional commitment to actually think about the content that we're going to do next. And so there's just no way. You got guys who have complete studios out there that do editing, they have to think about the algorithm, all this kind of stuff. I ain't doing that. I got time for that. I'm trying to figure out Lambdas, EventBridge, what is it? Event-driven applications. I need to be building that kind of stuff and thinking about it. I need to do it in like Azure and AWS. I need to figure out how like Oracle Cloud really works with another cloud environment. I don't got time to do that kind of stuff. And I need to learn Go and I need to learn COBOL. Nah, man. No, I just appear, say hi, and then go to sleep. That's it. Good.
Yeah.
I don't need to think about this stuff all the time. No, just no way.
Having a channel isn't easy, brothers. It is extremely time consuming and tough, right? I feel like I've aged 10 years I feel like I've aged 50 years in 5 years, actually. It's not easy, bruv. Shout out to Mr. Siva Fumble for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate you, brother, for the support. Flames, and I can't see that one. Thank you, bro. Okay, yeah, it sounds like a lot of work. Yes, indeed, man. It is a lot of work. It's not easy. Thank you very much for the support. Much appreciation. Let me bring in Mr. JAM in the building. Let's get cracking, man. What's going on, JAM?
Yo, how you doing, man? I know you don't use Cash App anymore, man, but I'm in Thailand right now. I told you this before, previously, and I can't use PayPal because they require my number, and I don't have my number when I'm international. So, is there any way I can like maybe perhaps Cash App you? Do you still have Cash App on the side or no?
I don't have Cash App, but if you want to support, brother, you can do it through the Patreon and then just get out of there, or just wait till you get to the States, bro, and just support, brother.
Yeah, I might have to do that. Yeah, apologies. But yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm still in Thailand. I'm a little bit inebriated. Actually, I'm a lot bit inebriated. But this is why I like the Asian countries because, honestly, I passed out last night. I woke up, everything I have is still here. I was able to get back. So, if I would have been robbed.
If you were in Colombia, you'd have no clothes on.
Exactly. I speak Spanish. This is why I would never get this inebriated if I was in Colombia. But this is why I like traveling to Southeast Asia. Even the flights are expensive, it's worth it because the safety is top notch. But anyway, I did catch the tail end of this stream. Like I said, I just woke up. I literally just woke up. I was in a random train station when I woke up. But I kind of think so. Essentially, the title of this was like child support or something like that, right? And honestly, my biggest advice here is just to not get in a situation, right? I remember Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. He said something about women want good decisions after bad. They want good choices after bad decisions, and I kind of agree with here, right? If you get yourself in a child support situation, you're essentially just trying to get good decisions good choices after bad decisions. You do not want to knock up any of these ABWs. You do not want to be in a situation like this, right? My biggest advice is to simply not be in a situation like this, because once you, once you knock up a girl like this, your passport can be in jeopardy, right? I know, like for example, if you're back on child support payments, right, they might take away your passport, and obviously the passport is freedom, so you don't want to necessarily lose that.
Let me talk a little bit about this stream, a little bit in particular about it. What we're talking about in this stream is a Tennessee law, whereby if a woman cannot get child support from a man if the man is not involved in the child's life.
Oh wow!
And yeah, so this is the new change. So basically, if she goes out, gets her freak on, and she gets pregnant, she cannot name him because he's not a part of her life, and also he's not a part of the child's life.
They had a similar law in Florida. Like I live in Miami, right? And I don't know if I'm not sure familiar with the Florida law, but they just took away lifetime alimony, right?
Right. Well,
yeah,
this is what we need to have the combination of Tennessee law and Florida law. That would be the next good step, and then ending no fault divorce. So the other one they have now in Tennessee is, if she says that one guy is the father and there's a paternity test and she's lying, that's a felony. She can go to jail.
Really? Oh my God!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And so that can be used now. What we want is that can be used as a reason to assign blame in a divorce, and so he doesn't have to lose half of his stuff, because as it is right now, she can go out, get her black blown out by somebody else. She had the affair, turned around, divorce him, take half of his stuff, and he's done nothing wrong, right? So that stuff is going away. Like, that's going to be slowly but surely, those kind of situations are going to go away, and it's going to really benefit men, because as you know, right now, it's not situation is don't get in that situation where they have the baby. We go much further as passport bros, which is no communication with Western women, period.
Agreed. Personally, for me, the law doesn't matter. I mean, I'm glad that it's changed. It will help men that are still trapped here in the U.S. But I personally agree with your sentiment. Do not speak with Western women, because the thing is, right, you have to understand, if you were married in the 70s, or if you're married in the early 80s, right, marriage is there's no grandfather clause, right? So what happens? I'm sorry, apologies. I don't know. I'm coughing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little inebriated, but I still have faculties. So anyway.
I like this. It's the afternoon for you. It should be what 10?
No, it's 11. It's 11.
11 a.m.
Yeah, it's 12. It's 12 a.m.
Okay, so it's noon. It's noon in Thailand, and you're already inebriated. Good job. All right. When I was an alcoholic, I would have been rather proud of you.
I woke up and I wasn't robbed. I got all my stuff on me. It's on my laptop. So I love Thailand. If it was the U.S. or it was Colombia, I would have been robbed. So I appreciate it. But anyway, what I was saying is this, right? With marriage, there's no grandfather clause, right? So you have to understand, if you were married in the early 80s, right, before no fault divorce, right, you were married under the clause that if your wife cheated on you, right, you didn't have to pay her nothing, right? People don't understand what marriage was previously, right? Fidelity was required, right? If your wife committed infidelity, right, what would happen is you would hire these private investigators, and you could prove infidelity, then your wife would get nothing, right? But what happened was once Ronald Reagan passed no fault divorce, right? There's no grandfather clause. So if you get married in the early 80s, right? It wasn't like you could change. Like, essentially, what I'm trying to say is this, right? If you were married in the early 80s, if your wife committed fidelity, you were under the assumption that you could divorce her and she would get nothing. But the problem with marriage is that once they change the laws, right? It doesn't matter what the laws are. They can literally say you have to copulate with a man, right? And as long as you're married, you technically have to do it. So I don't care what the laws are in 2023. Because the thing is, the laws can change, right? And if the laws change, you're under the auspices of those laws. So personally, for me, I would never get married in the West because it doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm glad.
So I was talking about that on another stream yesterday, and it said it's really a shame that men are going to be thinking like that, like you're saying. And it's going to take at least 20 years for Western men to actually trust the legal system in their own countries.
Yeah, agreed. I mean,
So
unless grandfather clause, I'm not getting married in the West because they can change the law tomorrow and I'm still under that auspice. So I would never, ever get married in the West. I don't care what the law says. The law can be patriarchal and I still won't get married here because, I mean, they've shown that they can change the law and I'm under that jurisdiction. So no way I would do it.
Yeah.
At least if I'm married abroad, if they change the laws and it becomes Western, I can flee. So
that's what I was my stream last week. That's what I said. So what part of the thing is that, if you do decide to return to America, what do you do? So at least now Tennessee is looking a little bit better, but they need to go further, much further. But you got a lot of guys who aren't passport bros who also aren't dating at all. And so these numbers for these men, this is something moving, but it's going to take a while. This is going to be a generational issue. Like, men are not going to get married. And this crazy thing like, oh, the woman is making money and stuff like that, that's BS. The guys aren't talking to the women. That's the issue.
Yeah. I mean, I said this before in the previous stream, right? Most guys can't get the women because their standards are really high. And even if you can get them, you don't want them. I mean, I can get here in the West, and I don't like the woman. I was telling IP about this. So essentially, you can't get the women because the women don't like you. And if you can get them, there's no way you would marry them. There's a very small select percentage of men that are willing to marry in the West, and obviously, it's not enough to keep the replacement birth rates level. So, I'm glad. I'm not going to say that I don't like these laws. I'm glad these laws are in place, but I agree with you. There have to be much more stringent laws, and there needs to be much more time before men are willing to trust the legal system in order to marry in this culture.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we have to do something like that. It'll take some time. Yeah, it's not for now. There's no reason to trust at this point. There's too much damage, and basically the men in the manosphere have extremely too accurately mapped out modern women. So we are very aware of who they actually are, and our decisions to not date them, it's not just based upon the law, it's actually who they are as individuals. And that's it. Because if you put Keisha and put her into Colombia, you still don't want her.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
I was telling IP about this. Personally, for me, right, if you want to deal with Western women, which I would say don't do it, but if you want to deal with them, right, personally for me, I would say just maximize on looks. Because essentially the way the Western woman works is you can have a lot of money like you, Theo, or you can maximize your looks, which is what I've done. I personally prefer maximizing my looks, especially when I'm younger, because I can save all the money that I can. I don't need to spend money on these Western women, and they'll just deal with me because I look good or because I'm tall and I'm in shape. But the problem with that is that, God forbid, you have, they carry your life or they carry your lineage and you're screwed. I personally think once you reach that point, I mean, yeah, you can try to do things to help mitigate your lifestyle, but I mean, essentially, you're just trying to find you're trying to find good choices after bad decisions. You do not want to be in that situation. Period. You do not want to be in that situation.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah.
I've actually personally created different monikers. Like, so my name is just another moniker. When I'm with these women, I don't tell them my name. I give a different moniker in case, who knows, maybe, they might have my lineage that they can't find me.
Well, even in the West, I love, my name is Theodore, but I don't want them to know my last name. And I don't even bring, if I'm talking with them, I don't even bring information that could be used. Like, example, if you log into my phone, my personal information isn't there. I have different accounts, so you can't figure out who I am. When I'm abroad, I don't bring them hoes over to my place either. I take my time to get to actually know them, and that's because you don't know their situation. So you need to actually take some time to actually get to understand her. So I'm not fast there either. You get these guys talking about getting drugged and everything. I'm like, well, how long did you know her? When was it 2, 3, 4 weeks at least? Because if it wasn't, then that's on you. You did something. You were a bit too ornery, let's say that, and you just wanted it too bad. She didn't belong in your place in the first place.
Yeah, but
So,
Theodore, you understand that a lot of these men, they're pleasure deprived. You know what I mean?
I know. I know.
I didn't realize this until I had a friend of mine when I saw
I gotta
his team.
go. Sorry,
Sorry.
I have to go. I literally have work in a couple hours, man. I need to get some sleep. Another
Okay.
time, JM. Another time, bro. And
Keep
make
on
sure you
talking.
get some
Yep.
rest. All right. So, JM, thank you, brother. I need to drop you off, brother. And me and Theo need to close our statement. Okay, bro?
Yep.
Another
All
time,
right.
brother. Awesome. Peace out,
It was
brother.
good
Thank you.
talking. Yep.
It was good talking, JM. We'll speak soon, okay? Thank you, brother. Shout out to Mr. Umi Yedwa for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Have you heard of any data engineer / data architects hitting $500,000 a year, or are all those only in cyber, Theo?
Well, if you're doing that, that's cyber. So I mean, it's like, so you're doing a data engineer, data architect with paper or something, and data center. I don't think so. Not $500,000 in a data center. So no, I don't see those happening. But in the cloud, if you're doing data analytics, if you're doing things right, yeah, you can probably get to that level. But it's gonna take some time. That's a senior level, like 10 years working. Yeah. You can do it though.
Awesome. So let's wrap it up, Theo. Thank you very much, Theo, for your time. Another great episode on the Passport Bro Show. Do you have any closing statements, bro?
Guys, this is some good things, but like the last caller said, keep your eyes open. Don't trust the system. Don't be like, oh no, I can just be with Keisha and unleash my seed however I want. No, that's not what's going on. Become the best version of yourself. Still maintain the Crimson Capsule. Use your passport. Do not date in the West at all. Do not do this. Don't be crazy. And you guys who are dating in the West and laughing, you won't be laughing when she goes after you. You'll be screaming and crying. Kind of like Jurassic Park. You know, people were laughing from the beginning and then they had dinosaurs chasing them. Yeah, that's going to be Keisha chasing you. And I'm going to be on the boat watching you, and I'm going to be driving off the pier and like, oh, that's interesting. I just got eaten by a dinosaur. Well, I should have known better. Hey, that's not me. Bye. So I'm going to tell you guys, that's what you're dealing with if you're dealing with Keisha. IP had a great stream with you today. Glad we did it. Let's do it again next week. And guys, take our class. Cop the merch, as IP says. I have my merchandise. I hope you guys have it too. There's nothing that we can't do together if we work together and we really strive together. So let's do it, guys. IP, are you sure you want to sleep? I thought you wanted to talk all night. Are you sure you want to sleep?
I need to sleep, bro. Yesterday, I had a long stream. I had a 4-hour stream, brother, 2 days ago. I didn't get much sleep. I had a long stream yesterday as well. Yeah, bro, I'm literally running on Duracell batteries right now, bro. Yeah, I need to sleep.
Lithium. You need lithium. You need lithium and energy. Get a tax cut. There you go. Tax cut. Okay, I'm talking crap. Guys, let IP go to sleep so he doesn't die tomorrow, okay? See you guys. Talk to you later.
Thank you, Theo. Much appreciation, brother.
Yep.
Awesome. That's Theo, the legend, and the Passport Bro Show co-host. So, brothers, another great live stream. Much appreciation to all the brothers who hit the super chats tonight. Let me check the PayPal just so I don't miss any donations, and then we will wrap it up. And we're gonna have a great week ahead. And I'm gonna see you for more. I got a special live stream coming for you, brothers. On the weekend, you're gonna love it. A new country, completely new country that I've not touched upon ever. I told you I will not let you brothers down, and I'm looking forward to having that discussion. So IP, okay, so no PayPal there. All right, brothers, much appreciation to everyone who has supported. Thank you very much for joining us in this another incredible Passport show. Thanks to all those who called in and chimed in. Thank you to all those who hit the super chats and the PayPal donations. Have a great week ahead. Have a great day ahead. And I shall see you brothers on the next Passport Bro show next week. Peace out and have a great week ahead. IP out. Thank you very much.